Hello everybody and welcome on today's video. Today's plan is quite simple. I'm going to try to transfer this tree from this pot into this deeper pot because this is supposed to become a cascade in the long term, and also I need this pot for other purposes. So it was not a good idea to put it in this pot first. So yeah, well, I have to deal with it now. On the other hand, it will give me an opportunity to see how this project goes and maybe do some adjustments. If this works alright, I also will try to do some styling on this tree in order to put it on its way to become a nice cascade. So let's start right now. So I'm not really sure how I should do this to don't create a total mess here, but I'll try to get this out of the pot in one piece because there's a rock here, and well, it is not established, that's for sure, but well, it might be the well, there's quite a lot of roots here. That's not something that I had in mind, but well, most of the time roots mean that the tree is doing well, so let's not complain. Well, I think that first of all I'll try to rake out some of these roots so that they can fit in the new pot. So here is the rock. I had a quick look at the previous video on this project, and well, here you can see that the tree grew really well. These are completely new roots, so that's very nice. Now of course I'll have to get this whole thing in that new pot. So I'm going to try to lift it, and this is not a stable construction, I think. You see, this rock is added. Maybe I should try to find something to attach this before I move it. 1 second. Okay, I'm going to try to fix this whole construction with this little belt here. So it will probably not be a magical trick, but it will help. Well, it makes the whole thing a little more secure, I think. So I'm gonna get this out and then maybe try to remove the pot. I'm going to untangle these roots first. Okay, now the back and the other side. This is a whole lot better. So obviously this is, oh, it's heavy. So I was saying, this is what it should look like. I'm going to try to put all the roots in it, and you see we have a rock here, so you want that under the lip of the pot, and the other rock too. So I think I need at least, well, a whole lot of soil extra. So I'm going to mount this, see if it sits on it now. It's a little too deep, so I need some more. I'm happy that I used that little belt. That's a whole lot more, but it looks like this is the right size. Yeah. Now I'll try to get all the roots in. Just comb them out to the bottom of the pot. And of course, this will not be a finished project today, but if I can press these under the rock, they'll probably cling to the rock better. Okay, so now I have to fill this up. It's not bad. Just pressing in all this soil, and now I need a little more soil to do the same here, but I'll have to get some soil, so I'm going to block that with this. And then get the extra soil. And I'm going to work that in with my fingers first. It's reused soil, has some roots of other trees, but the thing is, if you use your fingers first, then you can feel the air pockets. So in this stage, this is what you need to do, I think. These old roots from another tree. So I'm not sure that the angle is correct. But now that the tree is at the right height, I can adjust that a little. So I'm quite happy with this. I didn't expect that it would work that easy. Of course, this is not good enough but for today it will do. Okay. I think the tree is secured now in this new deep pot where it can stay for a whole lot of time, I hope. But now I need to see if my construction here is still okay. So I'm going to loosen this and see how it grew, and I'll probably have to redo the whole thing here, but that's no problem. The most important thing now is to be sure that what grows where it is supposed to grow. So here I have that second rock that I added, and this is the moss and all the thing. So this moss I probably will have to reuse. So I'm going to keep that here in my hand. In this pot, okay. Because I want all the new roots to go on the rock and down. So I'll probably have to tuck them in. It's a shame that the sun is not here yet. It will be in this place in an hour or so, but it's difficult to move the whole table. And so you see I had some raffia here, which is guiding the roots, so that's not bad. I think this went rather well. I don't think I have to tuck in a whole lot of roots, just a couple. It has been very hot this summer, so it was nice weather for the tropicals. The other trees suffered really bad. I boiled some maples. Well, I didn't do that, it was the sun. So, you see, this is not okay. This is a root that should be a whole lot deeper, so I'll try to tuck these guys in. Like so. And here I have a couple more, but not a lot, so just going to dig some soil out. Press these roots here and add the substrate. So that's good. Okay, I'm going to clean this up now, and then I'll start working on the top. So the idea was to make a cascade of this tree, and if I remember correctly, I think that this was to be the front. Now, of course, I can be a little bit off regarding the angle, like this or like that, so I'm not completely sure, but I'm already happy that I can fit this tree in a pot. And this was supposed to become the cascading branch, so obviously we have quite a lot of growing to do here. And so therefore I'm just going to start with this branch and remove what I don't want. So if this is the cascade, well, this branch here, it's going straight up, so I really don't need that. I'm only going to use the branches on the side and not the branches going straight down too. And here I have a little stump that I will clean up so that it heals nicely. Okay, so now I have only branches to the side, and here is a little branch pointing down. That's nice. That one is pointing upwards, so I'm going to remove that as well. Okay, so let's continue. There's a little branch here that I might use as a back branch, but then I do not need that. It's on top of it. So I'll remove that. Little stump here, no use. And this, I don't know. It's helping to close this wound here, so maybe I'll keep it for a couple of months here. I have a branch here that is hiding the main trunk, but is it helping to close a big wound here? Yes or no? No. So I'll remove that and that, which makes the trunk here, the main trunk, a little more visible. And I'll also reduce this part. Okay, so now we can see the start of the trunk here. Here at the back we have a beautiful thick root. I don't think that I have as many thick roots, but I have one here and maybe another here. So yeah, I still think that this is the front. Now, to make a nice little cascade, you want a informal upright tree on top of the cascade. Well, that's what I want. And so I'm going to just do a removal of all the branches that I don't need, meaning branches going straight up, branches going straight down. Of course, it is possible to wire a few, so let's not be too severe. So that cleans up this branch. There's a little shoot here, not needed. Here I have a nice little branch which I will trim back to encourage some back budding. Little shoot here at the side, and here is a dead stump, so let's get rid of that, clean that up a little. And then just little things here growing straight up, which I will remove now. Now this, I'm not completely happy with this, because this is a back branch and I need a back branch. And these are going to be bar branches, so that's not really what I want. On the other side I have a branch here that can be used as a back branch, so this one I'm definitely going to keep, and this one I will reduce. Okay. So I'm following up the trunk here. This is going to be an eye poker, depending on where, of course, the front will be. If this is the front, it's an eye poker. If this is the front, this is a side branch. So, well, that's difficult. Okay. Here I have a complicated situation. There's a big fork, and I have to decide now if this is going to be the main part of this. So, that's the whole point today. Let me see from the front. Yeah, well, it's not very clear here. You don't see anything. Now, my first idea is this is in a better position because a cascade is supposed to go that way. So this one I already don't like. So I'm going to cut back this whole portion. And now this could become a side branch, but it's quite heavy, so it's not perfect. But let's see what's growing from here. Oh, I have another one, a smaller one, you see, coming from under this. So if I remove this big stump here, I still have a good but much smaller branch here, which I will reduce because I don't want it to thicken. So now the trunk line is better, you can see it better from here. So this is now the new front, the new top, I mean. Still have to clean this up. These Ginseng Ficuses, they have leaves everywhere. It's so difficult to work on these guys. So So I need to remove that little stump, but I don't want to cut off my branch here, so yeah, that's good. So I have the branch here. This I will not need. Little shoot on the inside I won't need. And now I have two big branches here. One that can go in the back, and that has a fork here, which is nice. You see? So I'm going to remove the little shoot here, and then the long shoot over here, and reduce this, which makes this the new leader. It has some nice division already, so I'm not going to remove anything completely, but just trim it back. Okay, so, well, it's starting to become evident that this tree will be better in the pot if it is a little bit more like that. So that's something that I will have to keep in mind when I repot this. But at this moment it's not bad. So now I'm just wondering if I should keep this little guy here. I don't think it adds, and it's blocking the cascade branch, which is too strong. So I'll reduce that, and I'll reduce this. This is also quite heavy, so I'm going to go with just that little shoot, and I'll remove some unnecessary leaves and small branches like this one, which is clearing up the whole thing, I think. I was planning to wire this, but I'm not sure that I have to. I could try to do it with directional pruning. And when I look at this thing now, I really want to reposition this tree in the pot. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm going to clean up all the leaves here. So I removed quite some stuff here. I'm going to get this tree out of the pot again, which is, well, not ideal, I know, but I mean, I'll have to have a look at this thing for the coming 2 or 3 years. So yeah, why don't try this and put it in the right angle. I mean, this is going to be the front, but it has to come a little more to the front. The inclination is not right, so it's not going to be too difficult. I'll do that, and it's going to be messy, but I'll be right back. Well, I'm glad I did that. I think it's a real improvement. It will surely be much more pleasant to look at this whole construction. Now, of course, it can be something like this, it can be something like this, but I think it's going to be this, and then the cascading branch will come to this place. Just wondering if I should put a little wire here. I'm not too sure, but this is of no real importance. A thing that bothers me a little is this wound here, so I'm going to try to get it a little more flush so that it isn't that aggressive. We'll just nibble away some of this old wood that when it heals, it's a little smoother. Because it's, well, right in your face. These are the things that you need to do before it's too late. But yeah, I think that the front's gonna be here. Of course, when it's on the turntable, the front's gonna be here. And I think that's not bad. Now, a thing that I would like to achieve, but I don't know if the time is already there, is to guide some of the new roots around this rock so that it becomes a complete whole. Of course, I'm going to need more roots there. So, in order to have more roots here, I'll have to put some moss here and cover this all up like I did before. So I'm going to get my moss and do that. Well, I never throw moss that turns brown away. I keep it, and sometimes it gets, well, you see, you have still some roots in here from another tree. Then sometimes it gets green again. Sometimes it's, well, does nothing. But that's okay. You still can use it to cover some projects like this. And then I'll take a little piece of aluminum foil and I'll wrap it in. So that's, I think it's good. So just aluminum and I'll be back. So a few pieces of aluminum foil. So one here, in the back, and then this one is a little bit smaller, which makes sense, of course. I'll put that here, and then one in this direction, and that should keep everything nice and moist. But it's better to fix it a little, so just a few little pieces of duct tape will do the trick to get this through the winter. Like so. One here. And a final one here. That's good. Okay. And this concludes the work on this Ginseng Ficus bonsai. No wiring. I thought I would have to, there's a leaf stuck here. I thought I would have to do some wiring, but I think it's not going to be necessary. So yeah, oh, here is the sun. That's nice for the final shot. So we have a whole new concept now. This thing can stay in the pot for quite some time because it is a big pot. And well, I think the basis is set here. So we have a nice little upright tree here. The cascade can develop. So let it grow. In the meantime, thank you for watching and see you next time.